or they would act like, man, today I'm feeling a little CC DeVille on guitar today, or, you know, I got to shred like Bret Michaels, you know, and so that Poison was always like a running gag. Well, we finished their record, and then I go right into working with Newsboys on the third record that I produced of theirs, and this time we decided we're going to make a real band record. We're going to hole up in a hole-in-the-wall studio off an alley in Music Row. Nobody will drop by and bug us. We're just going to work there so that we can be, you know, free of distractions. But every once in a while, Tony from Guardian would call up because they were checking the sequence of the album or wanted to check masters, something like that. And, you know, he's a big jokester. So I'm in this studio with Newsboys. We're working on a guitar part. The phone rings, and the assistant engineer says to somebody, yeah, it's Bret Michaels from Poison. He wants to book some studio time. Yeah, Bret Michaels is going to call this hole-in-the-wall studio in Nashville, Tennessee to book studio time. Like his manager, like he would work there anyway, and like if he did, like his manager wouldn't call. Obviously it's Tony. I pick up the phone, I say, is this Bret? Yes. Well, I just want to tell you your band sucks. And there's a long pause on the other line, and I'm thinking, well, it sounds like Tony. He's got a California accent. And then the voice says, huh, you're kidding, right? I said, oh no, your band sucks, and everybody knows it. And it's an awkward part. So all the Newsboys are looking at me like, what are you doing? And then starting to smile like this. They just witnessed the greatest thing they've ever seen. And I look at the studio second engineer, and he's like, what are you doing? And I think, there's no way. And I just go, Bret? Yes. Sorry, now I'll get someone for you right now. He just wanted to get away from LA. He wanted to work someplace where he wouldn't get bugged. He calls, he's going to make a deal, and he hears his band sucks twice. I I've never told that story before for obvious reasons. Well, no, he wouldn't know who I was anyway. But the postscript to this is, of course, the band thinks this is hilarious, and we've got a big board up in the studio, and there's in both the studio and in the main room that we're listing all the songs, but we don't have an album title yet. So they fill in Newsboys with the album title Poison Sucks. Bret Michaels, evidently back then being something of a spiteful guy, I guess, goes ahead and visits the studio on the weekend, has the studio owner give him an entire tour of the studio, and then tells him at the end, I would have booked a studio, but some guy on the phone really, and used a profanity to mess me around, so forget about it. But of course, while he took the studio tour, he saw Poison Sucks again. Honestly, I'm so glad for many reasons that he survived his recent health tragedy. Not the least of which is now I can still tell that story. It wouldn't be very funny if he died.